Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about why I'm quitting my Etsy shop and why I'm going to be quitting my life as an Etsy shop owner. And I want to take you guys briefly through how it all came about, why I started it, the success that I was having or not having, and also, you know, just a number of the reasons why I don't think doing Etsy is going to be for me. I feel as though I want to share this information because I would be remiss in not sharing this, especially because at the time that I opened my Etsy shop, I had a decent sized following on YouTube, maybe like 30,000 subscribers, and definitely a lot of my subscribers then became, you know, buyers, and I did find a lot of success, I personally think, through having this YouTube channel. So I just want to kind of share it here on YouTube. Also, as we all know, my goal in life as a YouTuber who has a full-time job is to kind of always be real and authentic about what, like, how I'm managing my time and how I'm making all of this work and like all of that. So I definitely don't want people to be out here thinking that I'm also managing a booming Etsy shop at this time when I'm most certainly not. So if you want to hear anything about any of that or more about that, then please keep watching. Throw it back to summer of 2018. It was about July 2018 when I decided I wanted to start making my own stationery, aka stickers, and so that is what I did. Honestly, it does take a pretty good while for me to make up my mind about some decisions, but I knew in creating my own stickers, it was not going to be anything that was going to be super expensive, like as far as buying some paper and a cutting machine, which is why I went with the cheapest cutting machine. I knew that wouldn't be, you know, that big of a deal. It wasn't going to be some major life change like me making my own stickers and not purchasing stickers anymore. In fact, I was definitely going to be saving money by buying my own machine for like $100 and my own paper for like $30 instead of purchasing stickers. At the time, I was very heavily into budget planning, is what I like to call it. I still am, but now things have changed. And so I just felt that I wanted to start making stickers that were specifically for my needs and that I didn't have to, you know, go back and forth with Etsy sellers about what it is that I wanted and all of that. I do have to say that at the time, I could not find a sticker kit, which is what I've always been interested in, that was specifically curated for the types of planners that I was using at that time. Obviously, things have changed and we're going to talk about that momentarily, but at that time, I was searching and searching and could not find anything. Again, if I wanted something specifically for me, I could get a custom order, and there were shops out there who did custom orders for me, but never was I able to get like a full kit that 100% fit my needs. So that is why I started making stickers. I soon realized that I had so many people, I call them virtual coworkers, who had Etsy shops, and they were always talking about, you know, how it would be a good idea for me to do so, how I would likely find success, all of the things. And so a couple months later, I actually started my own Etsy shop and I started selling the stickers that I had created. And this was important to me because I'm sure there are people who just sell whatever just to be selling whatever. But I always wanted to have even my beginning stickers, which if you purchase those, bless your heart and thank you for the support, because they pale in comparison to where I'm at right now. And I know I'm not even, you know, where I could be, but I'm definitely way further along in my creative journey than where I used to be. But I always wanted something that I could like be proud of, that I could use, that I could stand behind. I didn't want to just be selling stuff just to be selling stuff. That's not me. I'm not really like a seller type of person, you know, so it just was never going to be a vibe for me to just be pushing out a bunch of products that I didn't like or use or love or that I wasn't passionate about. And that's really kind of what birthed my sticker shop, because I tried to make these budget kits, these budget related stickers, finance related stickers for the folks who were interested in that type of thing. And I tried to make it so that any planner that I use, which I've used a number of planners over the years, that the stickers were, you know, curated for those planners so that I could use my planners and my stickers, and, you know, that could be, you know, what I was on. And so that was always important to me. So I do want to kind of share that as well. So let's talk about, you know, 2018 when I launched my shop. It was crazy. Like, I think the first month in gross income, I think We did. By we, I mean my husband, because whenever I first opened the shop, I had to recruit him immediately to help me. So we would do it after work whenever we got home because it was out of control. But I think like 3,000-4,000 in the first month, which is pretty good if you ask me for some budget stickers. I continue to do 3, 4, 5, 6,000, thousands of dollars each month from Etsy up until I would say COVID. So 2018, 2019, and the beginning of 2020. In the beginning of 2020, like literally March, is when I saw a huge decline. Now, I would say people probably at that time were taking a step back from buying stickers. Rightfully so. I'm not mad at it. I just am not. That's just life. And so, not only that though, but I also would say that at that time, another factor that kind of played a part in the sales slowing down would be that, not specifically because other people had, you know, sticker shops and were selling similar products at that time, but I think though, like, they both kind of played a part into why the sales never really picked back up, if that makes any sense. So, you know, that's kind of my theory and I'm sticking to that. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. I think that COVID mixed with buyers never really coming back the way that they were originally, you know, buying from my shop. One of the reasons being that, you know, by that time, there were a lot of shops who were doing essentially the same thing. So I would never come on here and act like I get the word all the time, or I get questions all the time about if I think that the sticker world, the sticker shop world is oversaturated. And I don't like the term oversaturated because I don't like the term over. It's the over that gets me. But I feel like I would be lying if I didn't say that there were a lot of sticker shops out there who kind of produce the same product. But that's because that's just how life works. There are a lot. You know how many cardigans that there are out there? Brands, colors, shapes, sizes, patterns. You know how many dresses there are out there? Do you know how many sodas there are out there? Do you know how many pillows? I mean, that's just the way of the world. If you want to sell something, it's going to behoove you to make something that's unique. It's obviously, you can't just go out here just straight up copying folks, because obviously that's what some people do. It's going to behoove you to make something unique, but to be honest, like, it's probably only going to be slightly more unique or slightly different. It's not going to be vastly different. I have like 500 pins. Not that many, but I have a good amount. I have like 20 different types of cups and drinking, you know, cups that I drink out of. I have, you know, like, that's just the way of the world. So I'm not going to say that there aren't a lot of sticker shops who sell the same thing, but that's just how it's supposed to be, I think. Like, if you want to tap into some type of product and sell it, then likely, you know, your product probably is going to be something, there's probably going to be something out there similar to the product that you create, no matter how super duper creative you try to be. That's just the case. And even if you are the first of your kind, likely there are going to be people that follow who create a similar product. That's just life. Honestly, there's like a beauty in it. How boring would it be if we only had one soda to choose from? Like, if we could only drink Pepsi. How unfortunate would it be if we didn't have different home building companies to choose from? And you know, like, it's just, there's beauty in that. So I appreciate it on the one hand, and on the other hand, I know that it can be frustrating and a little intimidating for some, because they may not want to pursue a passion because other people are pursuing similar passions. So basically, yeah, the shop never recovered from COVID, and I have to say, I have never been mad at it. I have always said from the beginning that if there was something in my life that had to go, if I ever felt like I was too overwhelmed with my life, Etsy would be the first to go. Why? Because though it was back then super profitable, it actually never was easy to do. Like, it took lots of time, and I did all made to order, meaning people purchased and then I created. I did all made to order purposefully. Like, I have a million reasons as to why that was my preference. But whenever you're doing that, I mean, like, if I'm filling 10 orders per week, even filling 10 orders, printing or tweaking, especially if it's a custom order. So creating, designing, tweaking, printing, cutting, packaging, shipping, that's a whole lot of hours. And I always knew that if there was something in my life, again, though profitable back then, of course, that would be the first to go. Now, here's also something that happened, and you can probably attest to this as well. During COVID, for whatever reason, advertisers were here and ready to go. Like, they had their budgets together. And so that is when I actually started doing a lot of sponsored content. And by a lot, I mean a couple videos per month. Like, I just don't do, you know, like a whole bunch of sponsored content, but a lot was two sponsored videos of my 8 is a lot compared to, you know, back in like 2019 when I wasn't really doing sponsored content at all. I guess I still primarily don't do sponsored content, but I also have taken on some opportunities and some great opportunities, and I'm grateful for that. But truth be told, even one of my best months on Etsy, there are sponsored opportunities that I've had that where I bring in more money for that one sponsored video or one sponsored portion of the video than a whole month of doing Etsy. And a whole month of doing Etsy is a whole lot of hours. Like, let's take the number of $5,000. To generate $5,000 of income on Etsy, it's going to take a lot of time. To put together a 30 to 90 second mention on YouTube for a video is not going to take hours and hours of my time. It's going to take very few hours of my time. And luckily for me, I already have my content is coming whether it's sponsored or not. That's just on period. So I already have ideas in my months planned out before these sponsors even come about. So 9 times out of 10, the video is already going to be one that I was planning on shooting anyway, and one that I had already, you know, planned out time to film anyway. It's not going to be like some brand new idea. It could be, but that's normally not the case. So at that point, I'm just really incorporating a mention into the video that I was already going to film anyway. So it's not really taking up a whole lot of extra time. It does not compare at all to how much time, bandwidth, mental bandwidth, physical bandwidth, energy, and resources it would take to earn $5,000 on Etsy. So while that was happening, I honestly was like, well, I mean, like, the income never changed, I guess. So I'm still earning roughly the same amount of income that I've always earned here on, you know, in my little journey of small business ownership. That hasn't necessarily changed, even though the Etsy has gone down. The sponsorship opportunities have gone up. So with that, I can't really say that I was really like upset about the loss of income, because I really got a lot of time back, but I also got, you know, the income just stayed the same. So from 2020, spring 2020 to spring 2022, which it's currently spring 2022, I have had some decent 4-figure months since then, but for the most part, the Etsy shop definitely has taken a hit. I'm pretty sure I could revive it if I wanted to, but I'm not in a current stage of life where I want to revive it at this time. So let's talk about what the future is for my Etsy shop. So I love creating custom orders for people, and so I just have some tried and true people who have been purchasing for literally years, and so I definitely still want to service them. Or I make a lot of like labels and like home organization labels and stuff at home. My friends actually order some of their labels for their products that they sell from me, and you know, they pay for it just like any other person would pay for it. So I definitely don't want to slight them, and I definitely want to be a resource for them, because it's kind of like the quickest way really to get some labels for a product, rather than purchasing some custom labels from some big large company and it taking a long time. You know, like, it's kind of convenient for my friends who have like startup products and, you know, kind of starting out. And so I definitely want to service those people, but I absolutely will not be designing any more stickers for the foreseeable future. Actually, I was definitely pretty set on closing my shop last month in March. But what had happened was I actually had a call with Ashley from Fancy Budgeting, and I don't know if you guys follow my shop closely, but recently we released this bundle that's curated for the Fancy Budgeting Planner. And we spent hours and hours and hours. Honestly, that was one of the reasons that I knew that Etsy wasn't going to be for me anymore, because we spent, I think, like literally like 3 months. I think we calculated it was like 40 hours. So like all day Saturday, some all day Sundays, sometimes after work, we were creating this bundle, and basically from scratch, which is different for me because I just kind of build on each kit. I don't really build anything from scratch. And so it took a very long time for us to create these bundles. And so because of that, again, I kind of knew that I was pretty much done with Etsy, and that it was a lot of time being taken up creating those bundles. But I also, in our conversation that we recently had, we decided that we were going to keep releasing bundles that were going to be, it's kind of like Ashley's design. I literally just make it come to life, and then I sell it in my Etsy shop. So we're gonna keep doing that up until she takes over that, because she has a plan for that. And so I'm definitely not interested in hanging anybody to dry. Like, I'm a person of my word. So if I said I was gonna do something, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm going to do it. So I'm actually going to continue to kind of sell her design times. It's really her vision. I just bring it to life. So I'm going to continue to sell those in my shop, specifically the new ones that are going to be coming. And I think you guys may see, I think there will be 2 more releases before she takes over that completely. But I'm going to continue to do that. So that is going to be something that's going to be taking place. But again, it's really not like my work. It is my work, but you get what I'm saying. It's her design, my putting it together. So I'm going to continue to sell those in my shop. I'm going to keep my shop open. Again, as I transition, I see no point in like putting it on vacation mode and coming out of vacation mode, or like doing any of that while I'm in this transition process. So I'm going to continue to offer those and release those, and that's going to be it. I'm not going to be doing any of my own personal designs. I'm not going to be creating anything new specifically for me. So like as we transition, people can still order what's currently in the shop, nothing new, and that's pretty much going to be it. So that's what I have decided that I want to do. Whenever it does come time for her to take over completely, I don't know if I'll put my shop, that's probably when I'll put my shop on vacation mode. I don't want to like shut it down completely, because for whatever reason, I feel like I do want to continue to kind of, you know, like have it open. So because for whatever reason, it makes sense to me to have it open and running with either like one listing, or, you know, the couple listings, or maybe, you know, that kind of thing. So I'd rather just kind of keep it open rather than close it or put it on vacation mode during this time. So anyway, like I said, wanted to make this video to, one, share with you like an update on my income. I don't even know that this even really mattered, but like, because my income didn't change, but just kind of to share how I'm currently making money. Just like everyone else will tell you, sponsorships are at the top when it comes to my small business, then Google AdSense, and then probably Etsy, and then all my other various ways that I earn money. But definitely sponsorships are at the top right now and in this moment. Again, I also wanted to share it because I don't want people out here thinking that I'm managing a full-time job. I liken it to, and some people might not care about this, but I liken it to people who do YouTube from home, like moms who stay home and do YouTube. Whenever they say that they're a stay-at-home mom, which they are because they're at home, but really they're a work from home mom. So to claim to be a stay-at-home mom would kind of be a lie, because you're also working from home, or vice versa. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of can give off like false advertisement, and I'm not into that. So I don't want people to think I'm out here putting in hours with my Etsy shop when I'm absolutely not. So that's kind of an update for me. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can address them to me in the comment section, or you can DM me, email me, I don't care. Doesn't matter to me, as long as I get the questions answered, and as long as I can be helpful. But yeah, so that's the life update. That's the income update. That's the time update. That's what's going on around here. Also, I do want to say that I'm really not mad at all whatsoever about this, because as we all know, we want to become parents sooner rather than later. Although I do have a cutoff, the same cutoff I've had for like my whole life. And I'm some years away from that cutoff, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm definitely closer than what I used to be. So, you know, whenever I do become somebody's mama, a human's mom, because I'm a dog mom now, then I want to be able to, you know, I'm happy that I'm okay with this happening, because then at that point, I'll probably always just have my full-time job and then my YouTube channel, which I'll do on the side and as I can, you know, whenever time allows. So that would be the ideal setup for me. Also right now, I'm just living life. I do have to say, we are off for the summer, my husband and me, because we work in education. So part of me was like, that's also part of the reason why I'm probably going to just leave the shop open, because I'm like, you know, maybe I will have some like exclusive, limited rather product for like that I sell during the summer, or, you know, something like that. But I definitely I don't have any current plans of creating anything, but I don't know, maybe I'll be bored for the summer. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt I will be bored. I am going to be living my best life, and I'm gonna be in these streets at the beach, brunches, lunch dates with the hubs, dinner dates with the hubs, just anywhere and everywhere. So probably at your house, if you invite me and you have somewhere for me to sleep, I'll probably come to your house, because I'm trying to be visiting literally every family member, every friend over the summer, because why not? So anyway, that is my life update. I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope that you found it helpful. Any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.